Hi everybody, I'm in a York today and at Robin Ford's stud, exhibition Budgies stud. So let's go in and have a look what Robin has got for us and let's have a bit of chit chat with him. Hi there Mr. Robin, how are you doing?
Pleased to meet you.
First, tell us about yourself, your birds and what we got here.
Well, I'm a farmer's son. I was in pig farming for 25 years, so I've had a lot of experience with livestock. I started with Budgies when I was 13 for my Duke of Edinburgh's award.
Yeah.
And like every other hobbyist, I've been in and out all my life. In 2016, I was fortunate enough to have the funds to start again. And I hunted the top man in the country in caging aviary birds. And it turned out to be Alan Marchant. So I wrote him a letter and we eventually went down. He didn't sell me any birds the first time because he had nothing available.
So what year are we talking about?
2016.
2016. Yeah.
And he took me to Chris Huxley's and Richard Bowker's and I bought 8 pairs.
Okay.
And from those 8 pairs, over a 4-year period, I bred the yellow-faced cobalt that became the grand champion.
Okay.
He won 3 best in shows in 3 weeks. And then progressively, sadly, as Alan became poorly, I had the chance to buy a third of his stud. And my birds now are a mixture of a number of studs. And it's like any other bird room. You try and bring them all together and bring new features in. And over the last 18 months, I decided I wanted and needed to bring the feature in from Daniel Lutoff.
Okay.
And we are 18 months into that now. And I've brought probably six birds in. 2 are coming in this week. And I'm very pleased with what I'm getting.
Brilliant.
But
brilliant.
It is obviously it's a hard job to actually bring all the features together. But you need all the features to do it.
To develop your own bloodline.
Yes. Exactly. I don't want to piggyback off anybody else. I want to breed my bird. And hopefully succeed on the show eventually.
Okay, brilliant. Tell us about your setup here, how many breeding cages you have, and the flights, and then your feeding routine and your best birds. How are you doing?
We purchased 52 Crespa breeding cages, second hand when we started. I built the 4 metre by 5 metre log cabin on my own, a new one. And we usually pair up the end of September.
Okay.
And I'm usually tired by April. I'm ready to call it a day. And the birds are usually ready to call it a day. I'm splitting up just about now.
So you roughly breed like 6 months, 7 months?
Yes.
Something. And do you use all these breeding cages or
there are 16 there. 28 on the back wall, and then the 8 at the side are
behind the flight
as baby cages.
Behind the flight, okay.
They are used as baby.
So you can move this flight around.
Yeah, they're used as baby cages. And then when we aren't breeding, we have 2 of these aviaries in.
Brilliant.
But when we're breeding, we only have 1 aviary in. And those are hens that have been selected to go on aviary visits.
Okay, before we start with the birds, can you please show us the seed type of seed you use,
right.
Supplements?
Over the last 6 years, I've always used Budgerigar plain canary.
Okay.
I feed it on its own in the breeding cages. Because they waste a lot if you don't. I normally feed white millet. 75% ratio to 25% condition seed from Hayes. Because I think it's expensive, but it's the best food. Unfortunately, over the last 6 months, Budgerigar cannot get hold of white millet anymore.
Red millet.
Yeah, it's very poor quality.
Yeah.
Very poor quality. So we're in a quandrum at the minute. I don't know what'll happen. I don't. Usually it comes back online at a certain stage, and when it does, I think I shall buy a ton.
Yeah.
I shall buy a load to last me through every year. So we feed that. We feed 2 dishes: the plain canary and the white millet with the conditioned seed in. Then we feed another dish with soft food in that takes me forever to prepare. That was used this morning, but I don't mind it drying out because birds don't like a lot of water anyway.
So I can see the beetroot, I can see the carrot.
There's sweet corn, there's carrots. Yeah. There is all the mixtures that millers put in, all the horse proteins, soya, fish meal, garlic.
And what is the base mix like you use?
The basic mix is an egg food, this one, Optimal Start 25 from Budgerigar. It's very expensive.
Okay.
And I also mix it with the Belgian one that I shrimps in.
Deli Nature one.
Yes.
Deli Nature
I mix 75% Deli Nature to 25% this.
Okay. When it comes to water, I can see these bottles. Are you giving them tap water or are you giving them...
Ever since I started again, I went to see Harry Hockaday.
Okay.
And Harry Hockaday swore by feeding bottled water.
Okay.
And being a plumber, I did a bathroom to somebody once who worked for the water board. And they said to me, they said, on a Friday afternoon, if they don't get everything purified, they let the gates go. That's no good for birds. Yeah. It wouldn't affect humans, but it wouldn't be good for birds. Yeah. So for the last 9 years, I have fed bottled water every day.
So,
every day.
And do you add anything to the water to make it more softer?
No.
Just like the way it comes in a...
I don't. I used to use the Aviform additive to water, but I've gone off it. I like to feed a clean water. Okay. The only thing I put in water for 2 days or 3 days a month is S76 for red mite.
Okay, brilliant.
And I've just had it today.
Okay. Would you like to show us your best birds and type of mutations you're breeding, what your goals are, and where you are taking this hobby next couple of years?
This bird, if we get him fit, he's not quite fit at the minute. When he's fit, he's a storming bird. He's a merchant derivative, and similar to the one at the top, the light green at the top, is a similar line.
So these two, they are from Martin.
Yes, they are merchant bloodlines, but they also have a crossing in from Steve Martin.
Steve Martin, okay.
Alan Martin.
Yeah. Worked closely with Steve Martin.
He had an outcross from Steve Martin.
Yeah.
This one has got the Kev Sykes bird in, blood in, which I really like. His mother was it.
I can see the Martin spots and the back skull in this bird a lot.
Yes. And then we come down to this one. This one is a 2023 Lutoft 50% Alan Martin, very big hen. He's a little bit short. Yeah. He's a little bit stubby. Yeah. He squats on the perch, which I don't like. But then if you move to the right-hand side, which is only 25% Lutoft, the bird, this is a baby against an adult, is already sitting better.
So you're saying, like, when it comes to the stars and the length from perch to the head, like the body length, it's better in English birds.
Yes. But the ideal scenario is, in my opinion, is to have that bird with that head on.
Okay,
that's what we're looking for.
So your body length of the English birds and the head from the European birds.
So you see him, and nearly touches the slope of the show cage, and his tail's about that much off the floor. Yeah. I don't want it touching the floor. Yeah. Some people say, some people put this much feed in and say, oh, it's acceptable. But this one is a merchant derivative, again, but with the Kev Sykes in it again, and she's a lovely little hen. She's 6 months old.
Very nice.
Just lovely.
Yeah.
I love the colour.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate that I have enough bird space. I even have another 24 cages in another room if I need it.
It is a very nice bird.
When he's
Very nice. Yeah.
It's absolutely stormy.
And this one you told me is going for the raffle.
This bird here is going to go for the raffle at Blackpool with the hen. And I'll show you his sister. Oh, brother, sorry.
So that's a brother.
So when we talk about a bird stud, now this one is totally different. This one doesn't have, there's 50% marksins in it.
Yeah.
And it has 50% of European derivatives.
I can see from the tail.
Yes.
I can see from the tail.
And this one is this one's brother and sister. I think the top birds will be a perfect pair.
Yeah.
She's not as extreme as him. Maybe a little bit opalescent.
I really like these two hens as well. They're 2025, isn't it?
These are 2025 hens. Just trying to think which one's bred them. I think they're bred off. Again, we're talking that we're crossing Marchant to Kev Sykes in this case, I think. Hope I don't have an accident. And in the next couple of years, then when you've got 50% Kev Sykes there, 25% Kev Sykes there, you've got 50% Lutoft, 50% Marchant, you've got 50% Marchant and a derivative of others, 50%. Then we're starting with the recessives with a 50% recessive hen there.
Yeah.
And she's lovely. And this bird has Kev Sykes in just a little bit, so that blood is everywhere.
Yeah.
You need to know your birds, obviously.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So what about this lot? This is the hens you have selected for.
Those hens have all been just split up.
Oh, just taken off from the breeding cages.
They've all been breeding. Most of them I have an area. This one here. Come on, baby. This one is lovely. I'll put it in here.
Oh, very nice hen.
You don't often get best in shows with a hen.
Yeah.
That one at Newcastle last year.
Oh, she won Newcastle last year.
Yeah, she's massive. That's Lutoft.
Luto blood.
Yeah. She's big though, isn't she?
Yeah.
She's dropping a wing. It's just been split up. What a lovely head. Her wings just...
Yeah, she's out of condition, but...
Oh, she is, yes, yeah. When she looks that racist.
Yeah.
But when you compare her to her brother,
yeah,
I like her stance better and everything.
Yeah.
She fills the cage more, doesn't she?
Yeah, yeah. Because he sits up compared to him. He's slouching forward.
Yes, yes.
That's what it is.
But when he breeds,
yeah,
and we put something to him, it starts to bring them up.
Yeah.
This is the best. Come on. Go on, you go up. Go on, you go up. There you go. When he settles, he's his best baby at the moment this year.
Okay, very nice.
And he's sitting up, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
Yeah.
I think this bird next year we'll cross to the big light green.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Get that head on that.
Yeah, shape and a
You
head.
said cinnamon on
Yeah,
second, didn't you?
exactly.
That one.
Yeah, exactly.
This
Exactly.
one is. This one is a cinnamon spangle, and it's not. It doesn't blow you away, but it's nice.
Yeah. Well, hands doesn't need to be big anyway.
No. See that one
And
and this
doesn't need
one
to
are
be
half
big.
brother and half sister. She has
Very
50,
nice one.
She has 50% marching, 50% looter.
Brilliant.
And when you end up with, see, she's a different bird to that one.
Yeah,
Totally different.
yeah, exactly.
That one's a sick
Yeah.
male, this one.
You got some few breeding pairs in as well?
Sorry?
You got some pairs already in the breeding cages? Or
Yeah,
they-
they're still breeding, yes, at the minute. They might come out. Go on, fella. Go on. He got feather plucked, unfortunately, but he's a low top. 50% low top, 50% marching. And that's the most extreme we got in breeding 12 chicks in 1 year with a pair. The hen's 100% marching, and I think next year I shall give him something better,
Yeah,
because I think we can afford to do.
yeah.
You have to learn by
Yeah.
how they mix, and
Exactly,
how they blend.
exactly.
He's in there. Oh, he's been taken out. He's up at the
Yeah,
top.
that's fine. What about the mutations? Like, what are you concentrating on this year, and where you wanna?
Well, we have dominant pieds.
Yeah,
I love dominant pieds, but sometimes the breed's here.
yeah,
Sometimes they're hard to breed.
yeah,
It's just how it is.
yeah.
And here we have one or two in here.
Yeah, I can
The
see
light
that.
green pied. There's the cinnamon grey pied at the far side. They're brothers. And
He's gonna be a nice baby. He's gonna
these are
I
the
can
young.
see one yellow face here as well.
Yeah, somebody just said they want to take that from me.
There's opaline as well here.
Yeah, she's going with him.
Oh.
Those he just rung me up. They came on an aviary visit yesterday, and they
Oh.
forgot to ask me for them.
Uh,
And I don't want to sell him. That one there,
yeah.
and that one. That's the father.
Ah,
That's the father.
brilliant.
No, that's the father. I'm wrong.
Yeah,
That's the father.
brilliant.
The one that I'm trying to get fit for Blackpool. And the recessives, I bought 2 recessive cocks 2 years ago. Never did anything with them first year. I just didn't bother.
Yeah,
I didn't have time.
yeah.
And then this year we've bred probably 10 splits.
Okay, brilliant.
That's the best 10. That's 25% loose tusk, 75% other. That's quite nice for a split head.
Yeah, dark green.
Big, isn't it?
Yeah, dark green, very nice.
And then we've got the cinnamon violet cock. He's off a marchant derivative normal cinnamon. Kev Sykes blood, Steve Martin blood again, onto a nondescript recessive pied. And then I want to start bringing them back and put them into your recessives.
Brilliant. I think it's been really great seeing your birds and the way you're working, and all the best for the future. Thank you very much for your time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.